Let me ask you something straight up. How many people have you let into your life, your real life, your energy, your time, your money? And somewhere down the road, you had to ask yourself, how did I even get here? And I'm not talking about bad people. I'm talking about the wrong person for you at this level, at this season. You have to consider some people come into your life to stay. Some come to teach you something, and some were just always supposed to pass through. The problem is, most men can't tell the difference until it's already cost them something. That's what we're getting into today on Behavior 360. I'm Dr. Philip Montgomery, and we're talking about ships in the night versus your person and how to know the difference before you're 2 years deep. Stay with me. Here's the thing nobody is telling you, especially high functioning men. You've been conditioned to pursue, to lock in, to commit. And that's not a flaw. That's your strength. But strength without discernment, that's how you end up building a life with someone who was only supposed to be a chapter. I work with men every day, successful men, driven men, emotionally intelligent men. And one of the most common things I hear is, I knew something was off, I felt it early, but I thought I was overthinking it. You weren't overthinking it, you were overriding it. See, we've been taught to push through, to give people chances, to not be too picky. And all of that is just code for ignore your instincts. Behavior doesn't lie. And that's exactly what Behavior 360 is about. Reading what's in front of you clearly, early, and accurately. So let's define ships in the night. A ship in the night is not a villain. Let me be clear about that. That person not necessarily is toxic, not necessarily bad. Actually, the person might be incredible, but this person is not your destination. This person is a moment. Here's how to recognize it. The connection is intense, but not deep. You click fast. Chemistry is off the charts. But when you get below the surface, there's nothing anchoring it. The person fits your now, but not your next. Maybe you're in a season of transition. The person is fun. They're present. They're good for where you are, but they have no vision for where you're going. They're not even curious about it. The relationship runs on emotion, not alignment. Everything is highs and lows. The good times are great. The friction is constant. You're managing their moves more than building with them. You feel it in quiet moments when the noise dies down. When it's just you and your thoughts, you already know. You just don't want to know it. Ships in the night aren't mistakes, they're mirrors. They show you something about yourself. Honor what this person taught you, but don't make them your anchor. Now let's talk about your person. And I want you to throw out the Hollywood version right now. Your person is not about fireworks every single day. It's not about perfection. It's about something far more powerful than that. It's about peace, alignment, and a love that has traction. Here's what your person looks like in real terms. Challenges you without destabilizing you. There's a difference between a person who pushes you to grow and one who just pushes your buttons. Your person makes you better without making you feel like you're constantly on trial. Your values are actually aligned, not just your vibe. You can talk about money, children, faith, family, and the future, and you're not in two different movies. You feel safe being honest. You don't have to manage what you say. You can be real, be vulnerable, be a work in progress, and the person won't weaponize that. The person typically should have their own thing. They should not be living through you. They must have a purpose, direction, self respect. They shouldn't be using you to fill a void. Adding to something already whole is what they should be doing. The relationship has momentum. You're not stuck in the same loop. You're both growing individually and together. Your person is someone you can build a life with, not just a good time. And the crazy thing is, it can be both, but you have to know what you're looking for first. So, how do you actually know in the moment? Here's my Behavior 360 framework for this specific question. I call it the 3T check. Timing. Where are you both right now? Not where you want to be, where you are actually. Because even the right person at the wrong time can derail you both. Be honest about the season you are in. Next, track record. Not what they say, what they do. Over time, under pressure, when things don't go their way, behavior is data. Read it. Trajectory. Where is the person going? Where are you going? Are those paths converging, or are they two ships running parallel at best, crossing only briefly? And here's the move most men skip. They ask these questions too late. Do it early, not because you're looking for a reason to leave, but because you deserve to invest your energy where it can actually grow. You're not obligated to hold on to what was never meant to stay, and you're absolutely capable of recognizing what was meant to last. Let me leave you with this. Not every connection is a destination, and that's okay. Ships pass in the night for a reason, sometimes to redirect you, sometimes to prepare you. But a man who knows his worth and his direction, he doesn't get lost in the traffic. He stays the course. Know what you're building, know where you're going, and be honest, brutally, lovingly honest about who belongs in that future with you. That's not coldness, that's clarity. And clarity is one of the most attractive, powerful things a man can carry. Don't confuse intensity for intimacy. Don't confuse chemistry for compatibility. And don't confuse a lesson for a lifetime. All right, I'm Dr. Philip Montgomery. This is Behavior 360. If this hits home, share it with a man who needs to hear it. And please, rate, review, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode.